going back to the well and trying things we've never, ever tried before. Because you got to try things you don't normally try. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz. That right there is America's favorite amateur drinker, Fingers Malloy. And this from AJ Fernandez is Nasser's The GOAT, which I had never heard of a day in my life. Nasser's The GOAT. This cigar right here it was a cigar sold at a cigar lounge in Haiti called Nasser's. And it got such rave reviews that they decided to release it in the U.S. It is a 6x52 box press, which means that it is 6 inches long. Always makes Fingers Malloy laugh. And the ring gauge is a 52. That's the diameter of the cigar or how thick it is around. Again, with the laughter. Now, a 64 ring gauge is a full 1 inch around. So a 52, nice size. Very comfortable in that 48 to 52 range. Do like the Lanceros and the 38s. But this is a good spot. And a box press, which is an ode to, you know, how they used to do the rolling in Cuba and how the rollers would be outside and they would press it, square it off so the winds wouldn't roll it off the table. Also excellent when you're golfing. An absolutely beautiful look of a cigar. Doesn't really get into the mottled blacks or anything like that. But as some nice rich brown tones, darker brown tones, saddle kind of color, and half oil, half grit, right? So it's not overly oily. You just know that it's there, and there's just Fingers is a touch of roughness on that wrapper that makes me happy.
Absolutely, and it just has a splendid hand feel between that box press and just the right amount of heft to it. I just lit this. You are about to light yours.
I'm going to light mine right now.
I got to say right off the bat, getting a little bit of a creaminess and maybe a hint of coffee, but that could be from the 28 ounce coffee I'm enjoying right now.
28 ounces. Are you taking a break?
Well, listen, I'm pacing myself because, as you know, the Gritty Kitty Detroit Tigers are playing baseball, and so I'm focused, laser-like focus on Eat, Drink, Smoke, but I also have to stay caffeinated to get through this baseball series.
So you've got your Detroit Tigers in the playoffs. You've got your Detroit Lions having defeated the evil Seattle Seahawks. Wait, I said that right?
The evil
Seattle Seahawks, right there. Crushed them, vilified them, made them cry. They took a crap on their own window. That's what these Seahawks.
Wow,
they did.
But we, of course, other than when we play them, we love the Seattle Seahawks.
Right. Huge fans. We are. This cigar not only has the Mexican San Andreas Maduro wrapper, which it's a little beguiling because you would think that it would show up a little bit darker. Esteli and Jalapa in the filler. This is a Nicaraguan Corojo in the binder, so there should be some spice that builds, grows on this cigar. Nasser, the GOAT by AJ Fernandez right here. Just lit this up. There is smoke already moving off this thing. Easy draw. And not too easy, right? It's not that fluid. It's rather just, working, doing its job and doing its job appropriately.
Yeah. I was expecting a little bit more spice right as I lit it, and I'm not getting that yet. I'm sure it will build. but right now, not so much.
And I'm not too much in a flavor profile of any one kind. I get a little more tobacco, more than anything else, but I'm not necessarily getting anything creamy. I'm not getting a nutty. I'm not getting a level of vanilla, if you will, or anything like that. Right now, I'm just getting a kind of clean tobacco, which is fine, but I'm going to want to see something coming next. How to determine flavors, right? How to figure that out. So the first thing you want to do is take your cigar and you want to break it into thirds. First third, second third, final third. Then get your notebooks. What did you eat today? What did you drink today? What's the weather we had? Of course, the crazy rain from Hurricane Helene. And I'm telling you right now, we're going to be doing something to help support those people in Western North Carolina. The death toll is beyond comprehension from a storm. The rains, the flooding just swept towns away. Never mind people away. This wasn't about, they should have been more prepared. They should have gotten to higher ground. They did not expect this. Nobody expected this straight north path of this hurricane through Georgia, through South Carolina, where there were a lot of deaths, and into Western North Carolina. So every thought with them, and we're going to do what we can to be of service. But we got some rain here in central Indiana, where we are, Indianapolis, Indiana, over the weekend. That has cleared out. A little bit cooler temperatures going on, but a touch of humidity. Weather will affect your palate, and that will therefore affect how you feel about the cigar. But you want to take the cigar, break it up into thirds, put it in your notebook. What are you getting? Like, what do you feel? What do you taste in each third of the cigar? Right? Write down your notes. Write down those flavor profiles. Then when you try the cigar a month from now, 6 months from now, whatever it is, you do it again. You write the notes again. You compare the notes. That's how you're able to understand your palate. What is that through line? That's what you're really getting out of the cigar.
This is really such a great time of year in the Midwest to enjoy a cigar outside. This is perfect. My goodness. And with everything that's going on sports-wise,
but only in Detroit.
What are you talking? Here in Indianapolis, the Indianapolis Colts just dominated the Pittsburgh Steelers.
No, not really.
Dominated.
They got out luckily. That's what the Indianapolis Colts did. All right, now a little spice starting to appear on this Nasser the GOAT from AJ Fernandez. Fingers Malloy, is this in your humidor for $16.50 a stick?
I have no idea.
Why don't you know?
Because
you had one job.
I know, but I've been smoking it for 6 minutes.
It's unbelievable.
But
unbelievable.
Listen,
I hear you picked out your first wife in half that time.
Well, no, I'm not going to do it. So many jokes.
It would have been so great.
But
I would have been so excited.
Having said that, listen, one thing that I find very interesting that you brought up, as we first lit this, whatever you're pairing it with right now has a heavy influence on the stick, because there isn't anything that's really popping from the cigar so far. But like I said earlier, I was expecting more spice. That spice is starting to pick up a little bit. No?
I tried to retrohale. I'm so terrible at it. Oh, you bring the smoke through the sinuses. Remember, you're not inhaling. So you bring the smoke through the sinuses, and the sinuses have so many more nerve endings, really able to, easy. Shut up. And you're able to get more flavors. I cannot. It sucks that I cannot retrohale. I try so hard and I fail so much harder. Yeah, I was expecting a bigger spice hit from the beginning. It wasn't there. It was much more of this clean tobacco I'm talking about. I have no idea where I am on this cigar. What I do know is that it looks beautiful and it feels great. It really, I could use a touch more heft, but I like the wrapper. I like the overall construction. The AJ Fernandez Nasser the GOAT. Eat, drink, smoke. It is your cigar, bourbon, foodie extravaganza. I'm Tony Katz. That right there is America's favorite amateur drinker, Fingers Malloy from AJ Fernandez. This is Nasser Cigars, the GOAT. This is a cigar lounge in Haiti that AJ Fernandez made the cigar for. Then they just did the release nationwide, 6x52 Toro box press. Oh, lost my voice, got a little excited. All verklempt for a second. A beautiful Mexican San Andreas Maduro wrapper, Corojo binder, the filler from Esteli and the Jalapa region there in Nicaragua. The spice has picked up. We're in the first third of this cigar. The spice has definitely picked up. There is a touch of a nuttiness going on. This is an easy, well-blended cigar. I mean, it's AJ Fernandez. I wasn't expecting less in terms of the well-blended. But the spice was just a slow pickup, and now has got the full envelopment to the tongue.
Yeah, for me, it's the back of the throat. That where it's getting, which is not what I expected. Also, you're getting a nuttiness. I'm getting a little bit more of a leather But what I'm really
It's not the
noticing,
first time we've had the
noticing,
first time we've had the same conversation about different cigars and what that flavor or that feel is.
yeah, but it's a clean smoke. To me, there's not a lot that is really hitting you in the face. I expected more spice. I'm not getting that. And this is not a criticism. I'm really enjoying the cigar. And there's just, to me, there's a subtle note of leather. There's not like 2 or 3 notes that are really hitting you in the face.
No, I would say that the spice dominates and everything else is kind of riding underneath.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would call this subtle though. The spice is very present.
I'm talking about the leather for me.
Oh, for the leather.
Yeah.
I would say that this is a little more white pepper, right? It's a little hotter.
That's right.
Than just an average middling spice. This is not a baking spice or anything like that. But that nutty, you're referring to a leather. Maybe there's a kind of earthiness going on in here that's kind of filling up the cheek a little bit. It is pleasant. It doesn't overpower in any one direction, but it doesn't overperform in any one direction. So the idea that this is a clean smoke, I think it started off that way. I don't know if I'm there right now, but right now it's enjoyable. It has now given me 2 real presentations of what it is. And I feel that I'm willing to go and kind of see where it takes me. Where is this cigar when I'm done with the second, third? That's going to be my question.
And the construction has held up. It's what you'd expect from AJ Fernandez. This has been really low maintenance. I haven't had to touch up mine at all. I don't know if you have.
I don't. Sometimes I do it because of my OCD, which I don't have, but it is a nervous tick. I do touch it up. I mean, that's mostly an even burn right there. I mean, mostly, not perfectly, but mostly. You're a little better than mine. You're doing fine on that. But it's smoking easy. It wants me to smoke it.
Yeah, and
right?
the draw is fantastic. You asked me earlier if this is in my humidor at $16.
$16.50.
I could see having 1 or 2 of these in my humidor.
I still don't know. I still don't, and that, I'm not being, nasty towards the people at AJ Fernandez. This is the first time I've ever had the cigar. I have absolutely no idea where I'm at yet. I need to go a little bit more into this to see if it's going to be in my humidor.
I just feel like, and maybe you'll disagree, is that this cigar is going to be heavily influenced by what you're pairing it with. Other than that, the spice, not so much, but anything else, like if
you had coffee, would it be bringing out a coffee note? Is that like
yeah?
Maybe.
I mean, if you're drinking an oaky bourbon, that maybe you would get a wood note out of it.
That's actually the name of my new bourbon,
There
oaky bourbon. I don't know. I think this might present as it presents. I think this might just be what it is. No more, no less. And I think that's all right. I don't know if the other drinks would change it up. Like are you doing coffee?
Yes, I'm doing coffee.
Yeah, and I've got Diet Coke. So no, I right now nothing's having an influence. Maybe when we get into the drink, but the drink is gonna ruin everything.
Right. Well, I put a lot of schmutz in my coffee.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you? It's hard to find these days.
Follow Eat Drink Smoke on social media, on Twitter at Go Eat Drink Smoke, on Facebook, facebook.com/Eat Drink Smoke, and Instagram at Eat Drink Smoke Podcast.